Good evening. Welcome to the Purchase School Open House. As with all things this year, our open house will be a little bit different. It's going to be virtual. We're excited to share a little bit about our school year with you. My name is Adam Gutterman. I'm the proud principal of Purchase School. This is my 6th year as principal here. I was the assistant principal of the middle school at here in Harrison for 2 years prior. And before that, I was a teacher in New York City. Today, you're going to have the opportunity to meet some of our faculty. You will be zooming in and having a live session with the classroom teachers, and there will be recorded videos from the Encore specialist teachers on the Purchase School main page where you found this video. One of the best things about Purchase School is our continued collaborations with different organizations, and I'm most proud of our continued PTA partnership. PTA does a lot for our school, supporting the teachers, supporting me, and also providing lots of different events for families and students. I encourage you to get involved with PTA. They've come up with all sorts of great ideas for this year. We had a really strong first PTA meeting. We had Picture Day. They're planning a virtual book fair and some other events as we go forward. So we encourage everybody to bring their best ideas to PTA to get involved and also to join the PTA so you can be put on the member hub list and you can have access to PTA communications. Some other important partnerships, we have one with Harrison Educational Foundation with HEF, and they provide lots of different resources to the district and to the school. In the past, they provided different equipment and science equipment or books and ebooks and different resources to help enhance the instructional program here in Harrison. We also have a great partnership with the town of Harrison, the Harrison Police Department. We have a school resource officer who is split between our school and Preston. That's Officer Luongo, who is instrumental in helping us with safety drills. He's here a lot during arrival and dismissal. He spent some time during the day in the school so kids get to know him as a part of our school building. And we also have a partnership with the Harrison Youth Council, who comes in and they do some social emotional support for our students and work with our teachers. This evening, you're gonna get to hear a lot about different curriculum from the classroom teachers. We use Math in Focus for our math curriculum. And this is adapted from the Singapore math model. And what it does really is it focuses on the conceptual understanding of the content. If you're like me, when you went to school, sometimes you had to just learn the formula to figure out how to solve the math problem. And Singapore math really focuses on understanding what that means. So when you're multiplying, you understand what it means to have multiple groups of something. When you're dividing, you're understanding what it means to break something into smaller groups. And math is also supported through our yearly math night, and we are looking at ways that we can still engage in that activity. Our literacy program is called Schoolwide. It's a vertically aligned curriculum, so there are units of study K through 5, and they build throughout the years. So what you do in kindergarten then builds into a deeper understanding and a more robust understanding in first grade and moves up through the grade levels. It's broken into critical concepts, so these concepts help focus students on specific areas and skills within genres they need to learn, and it allows for a comprehensive progression of this content. So we also focus on writing. There's many opportunities for writing, both formally and informally. Some informal writing prompts could be a journal or a response to something that was read. More formal writing will be based on genre. So students are learning about skills on their grade level around a specific genre. So a persuasive piece or a narrative piece or memoir. And students look at real writing examples from the real world. So they'll look at an author and study author's craft and think about how they incorporate that craft into their own writing. And one of the things I'm most proud of at our school and our district is our attention to personalized instruction. So this is data informed. We assess students at their strengths, their weaknesses, their needs, how we support those directly. It's focused through mini lessons and modeling. So we think about how do we plan lessons for the needs of the kids in front of us as a whole class? How do we think about that in a one-to-one situation and setting? And it's used across all disciplines. So literacy is the foundation of everything we do in school. And lots of parents often ask, how can I support literacy? So here are some things you can do at home. Read with your children every night. Model fluency and bring excitement to a book. Have children make predictions about what they're reading. Help your child use picture support or text features. And ask your child questions about what he or she has read. Engaging in discussions about books is really important. So now more than ever, social emotional support is critical to the success of our students. So we do have support here within the school building. We have a full-time school psychologist, Dr. Judy Goodman. Our staff spent time getting trained in trauma-informed approach to supporting students. So students maybe who are suffering some form of trauma or levels of anxiety, staff have been trained in how to support that. And we embed social emotional learning into our classroom structures. So we may be reading a story and we're able to focus on some social emotional learning directly within that story. We think about how students interact with each other and how they relate to each other. A big social emotional piece right now is providing mask breaks and giving students that physical but also emotional break. So you can see in the picture, there's a class outside taking a mask break, listening to a read aloud. So we're thinking about how and when we do these things to support students best. School safety is still a vital piece of what we do. We still have safety drills, including fire and evacuation drills and lockdown drills. They may look different this year, but we are still engaging in these drills and getting students used to how that works. So you may hear your child come home and say, hey, we had to go outside for a fire drill today, or we had a lockdown drill today. The staff is working on that with our kids as well, so they know how to be safe in school. And we have partnerships. I mentioned our partnership with Harrison Police Department. Officer Longo is present for our drills. He looks at how we can do things better and helps give me feedback and looks at different procedures that we have within the school. We did shift arrival and dismissal time this year. You can see the times there. So far, arrival and dismissal has been very, very smooth. And I thank all our families for your participation, your cooperation, and for understanding the need to make some of these shifts. How can you help with school safety? First, make sure you have updated contact information on the parent portal. You have gotten an email recently about updating that. That's critical. So we have emergency contact information in the event that we need to get in touch with you or somebody else needs to pick up your child. Drop off and pick up. Make sure when you're on school property at all, at any time, you're wearing a mask while you're on site. Fill out the COVID screener every day. It's important to fill the screener out even on days when you're not sending your child to school, because if you click yes to one of those questions, we get that screener and we're able to reach out to you and start talking to you about what we need to do to move through the process for the protocol. And be mindful while driving on site. This is still a school. There are kids walking around at times with their parents or with staff, and we're mindful about the speed and where we're driving. So one of the things that I always needed support with as a parent was I would always ask my kids how their day was, and I would get like a basic, it was fine type of answer. So I found this article in Journal News with some bullet points of specific questions that help you get kids to start talking about their day. So here are some things you could ask your child. What is something that made you laugh today? Tell me something you did that was kind. What challenged you today? What's something new you learned today? And can you teach me something you learned today? These are all great ways to start engaging in a conversation. And finally, I just want to thank everybody for their continued collaboration and support. Certainly been a different start to the school year, but we're eternally grateful to get to be here and to get to work with your children every day. I know the faculty are just really just happy to be back and happy to have the kids here. And I want to thank you for your continued collaboration, partnership, and support as we create a really safe and engaging school year. Have a great evening.